girl, welcome back to another episode of the Her Best Self podcast. We are in episode 278. Can you believe it? So buckle up today, friend, because we're talking all things fear. And my hope is that you just resonate so much with what I have to share on today's show. Let's do this. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self. I want to start today's episode with a quote that I adore, and I really need you to hear this. You may have heard about this one before, but it's from Marianne Williamson, and I came across it recently, and I saved it to my phone, and as I was scrolling for some inspo today to just show up on the show as the best version of myself and pour into you, I thought this is where I need to start. So here it is. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Sis, let it sink in. Let that one sink in. And go back and re-listen to it if you need to. Because today we're talking about fear and uncertainty in your journey and your path forward, where you are in the season of your life. And here's the truth that is going to set you free. You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of people seeing you fail. You're afraid of people seeing you fall flat on your face. Let me tell you about the fear that almost killed me. I was so terrified, and I mean shaking in my boots, terrified of what other people would think if I gained weight in my recovery from anorexia. What would they think? That I was lazy? That I was letting myself go? Would they think I'd lost control, lost my discipline? I wanted so much to be seen as strong and controlled and disciplined. My entire identity was built around it. And maybe yours is too. That's how people knew me. Oh, Lindsay's got it all together. Lindsay's so particular. She is so rigid with her routines. She is so disciplined. Look how fit and controlled she is. The thought of people seeing me at a higher weight felt like death, literally. I would rather have died than be seen as weak or someone who simply was average. But here's what I realized, and this is what I want to share today. Gaining weight was the very thing that made me strong, when every single ounce of me was terrified to do it. Sis, choosing recovery when every fiber of your being is screaming at you, that is the strongest thing that you're ever going to do in your life. You have permission to be afraid, and you also have the courage to do it anyways. Fear doesn't mean stop. I've talked about fear in a couple of episodes of the show since its existence. But today I just thought about so many ladies out there that are embracing a season of suckness, like you are in it, you are in the thick of it, and you are just going through the motions, the mundane, every single day, thinking that this is life. And really what that comes down to is that you're stuck in a place of fear, whether you truly want to face it or not. Friend, fear means this matters. Fear means that you're about to do something that's going to change your life. And typically, when I was sitting here thinking about, okay, how do you move past that? Like, how do I get you, the listener, my lady, my sister friend, to move past this in your life right now so that you can get on with your life and stop letting food and controlling your body and obsessive exercise and your thoughts have so much hold over your life? Here's the thing. What you are avoiding the most is the exact thing that is directly attached to your ultimate freedom. We avoid what terrifies us. Your terror is your turning point. Your terror is pointing you toward your freedom. So what are you avoiding, friend? Like, I want you to really think about this. What feels so heavy? Are you avoiding eating enough because you're terrified? Are you avoiding rest days because you're scared of what people will think of you if you're not the fit friend? Are you avoiding social events because you're terrified of being seen and you just simply don't feel like you're ready to be in a normal situation where everybody is eating normally and you just feel like an outcast? Like, what are you avoiding? Is it the weight restoration? Because you've identified so much with being the petite, the small one. Whatever you are avoiding, that is your next step. Confidence and fear both require that you believe in something that simply has not happened yet. Both confidence and fear. So why is it that the default setting for most of us, the majority of our lives, is to turn to fear instead of to embrace what hasn't happened yet as something that you get to learn and experience confidently? Why are we choosing to believe the scary stories instead of the hopeful ones? Here's what I realized about the fear of the unknown as I was prepping for the show and just really immersing myself in this. It's not really fear of the unknown. It's fear of not knowing how we'll feel about it. I want you to think about this. Were you afraid to lose weight? Probably not. Because you thought if you did, you'd feel so much better, right? So why then are you scared to gain it? Is it because you're afraid you'll feel worse? Is it because you're afraid that you'll be out of control or disappointed or disappoint others or feel like a failure or ashamed? What if, just what if, gaining weight made you feel stronger and freer and more powerful than you ever felt in your life? And even if it's not gaining weight for you, I want you to apply this concept to the thing you're avoiding. What if the reason why you're scared of it is because you think it's going to make you feel worse? But I want you to get present with yourself. What if it's the actual thing that is the doorway to everything you've ever wanted? So I'm going to name it today. I want us to get real about what's going on here inside of you right now. Your fear is actually around being seen, friend. You're afraid of people seeing you gain weight. And maybe there's a part of you that's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to love myself. That's okay. That's okay. That, again, is judgment attached. Okay. Do you see that? You're not afraid of eating normally. You're afraid of people seeing you eat normally and thinking that you've lost control of yourself. You're not afraid of recovery. You're afraid of people watching you recover and judging the process. This is the fear of being seen failing. And quite frankly, it's the fear of being seen. But here is the kicker. What looks like failure to them is actually your greatest success. When people see you doing the work, putting in the reps, when they see the outcome, like you putting on weight, if that's what it means for you, or they see you eating more, or they see you reducing your exercise, they might think things. But you know what? You have to care more about you than you care about their thoughts, because you're finally taking care of you. And when people see you eating dessert, allow them to think whatever it is they want to. You know what you can think? You've gained freedom. When people see you resting instead of exercising compulsively, of course you're going to have some naysayers. But you know what? You're learning now to honor your body. And maybe they're naysayers because they haven't been honoring theirs. Here's something that is going to blow your mind. If you don't go forward because you're afraid of what's coming next for you, that is what brings you the unknown. If you don't go, you don't know. If you don't go, you don't know, and that means you never will know. But if you decide to leap, you turn the unknowing into knowing. When I feel anxious about the unknown, I turn to the truth. I choose to be objective. I consider the facts about my circumstances, not the feelings and not the thoughts I have. And I allow myself to see things as they are, not as I'm afraid that they might be. Does that make sense? So here are some facts that I want to remind you today about your recovery. Your body needs adequate nourishment to function. Weight restoration leads to mental clarity, not mental fog. People who truly love you, girl, they want you healthy and free, period. Your worth has absolutely nothing to do with your size. And recovery is possible. You're listening to someone who's living proof. The known facts about staying where you are these. Restriction leads to obsession. Undereating leads to anxiety and depression. Avoiding what's right in front of you, avoiding recovery, steals years of your life. And the eating disorder voice is only going to get louder, not quieter. Which facts do you want to focus on? Here's the real question. What are your thoughts about whatever it is you're avoiding mean about you? Are you making it mean you're weak if you cut back and reduce exercise? Or that you're lazy or out of control if you have 3 meals a day? Are you making it mean you're a failure if you gain weight? Those are just thoughts. They're not facts. But what if putting yourself first was strength? Choosing life is strength, friend. The thing that you're the most afraid of is actually proof of your strength, not your weakness. So here's some gentle but yet very tough love that I know you need to hear today. You can stay afraid or you can get free, but you can't do both. The choice to prioritize freedom over fear, that is a daily decision. And some days it is going to feel like pulling teeth and nearly impossible. But here's what I know. You don't have to face fear by yourself. You can stop letting fear run the show in your life. You can turn the terror that you're feeling around your current circumstance into strength. And if you want someone who will walk through the scary stuff with you, I'm here. Head on out to herbestself.co. Grab a client application. Friend, the thing that you are avoiding the most, that is where your freedom lives. You have permission. You have permission today, tomorrow, this weekend, the next day. You have permission to be both afraid and the courage to move forward anyways. The question isn't whether or not you're scared. The question is, are you going to let fear choose your life? Or are you going to choose freedom for yourself? Your future you, she's the one who's strong, who's living her very best life instead of hiding from it. And she's waiting for you to become brave. Not fearless, just brave. Brave enough to act. I hope that you have such a wonderful Easter weekend. Remember that this season isn't a season of knowing. It isn't a season of seeing. It isn't a season of fully being totally all in on where you're going next. It's believing. It's having courage. It's living with anticipation and trying on the fact that maybe where I'm headed, maybe the unknown that I'm not sure if that is real or not, or that that's true, maybe it actually exists. Gosh, that's such a concept, right? When I think about Easter and I think about God saving me from myself, I think about leaning in to the unknown, leaning in when we feel like resorting back into a cocoon. So as you go about the rest of your weekend, remind yourself that your deepest fear isn't that you're inadequate. Your deepest fear is that you are powerful, Ask yourself, who am I to be brilliant and gorgeous and talented and fabulous? And then this question, actually, who are you not to be? Before we go, I want you to think about that one thing that is like the elephant in the room that you've been avoiding. That deepest fear. What if leaning into that is your way out? What if that is attached to your ultimate freedom? I love you, sis. I'm going to leave you with that one today. And I'll see you real soon on another episode of the show. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.